Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and welcome back to another unboxing. This one I've been excited for a very long time. It is the new mass market Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot, the Reawakening. It comes in a fat box. It is by Blue Angel. This deck is not out yet. I think it said December 9th. It keeps changing dates. It's changed dates 3 times since I saw it initially on Amazon, which was, the date on it was January. So it went to November and now it's in December. This is the mass market version of the Bonestone Earthflesh Tarot. And I've seen a lot of people doing walkthroughs of just this. Probably because they don't have the other deck, and I do have all versions of this deck. I've spent a pretty penny on this deck because there are 2 versions of the Bonestone Earthflesh Tarot Indie, so I'll get to that in a second. But this doesn't come out until December 9th. I actually got this. I saw the Anatolian was doing signed copies for a little bit more than the mass market is going for. I'm like, well, I'm going to get that. And I'd already pre-ordered the other one, and then they changed the date. I'm like, I'm just going to cancel that and order this from her. I ordered it literally like 4 days ago, and I got it already today. It said I'm not going to get it till Friday. Today's Wednesday. And then she sent me a card. It says Anatolian Art, and then on the back it says, thanks so much for your order. I hope you'll love the new edition of the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. Many blessings, Anna. I love it. That's going into my little collection I've got. So all I did was take it out of the wrapper, out of the box. There's their typical Blue Angel little paper. And I was excited about the book because I have the indie version of the book. It's huge. And look at that green. I love that green. But this is smaller, but just as thick of a book. It's got a nice silky... Ooh, I like that. I like that it's colored images in here. And I just wanted to compare here in a second. I'll compare here in a second. Forwarded seal, binding, the secrets of Earthflesh, the signs, Virgo embodies practicality, ambition, or attention to detail, and a desire for perfection. Okay, we know that. The planets, how to use this information, tarot and numerology, I like that. Other useful tools, secrets of the Bonestone, frame it, journal it, path working, Bonestone ritual. That says Avalon's, the creator, Avalon's loose smoke cleanse. Interesting. Avalon's Bonestone smoke cleanse. The looking glass, 1 card spread, 3 card spread, 5 card spread, the path of primordial insight spread, 7 cards conclusion, and then it goes right into the majors, and we have what, a little page and a half, 2 or 3, shows 1, 2, 3, 4 pages really before you get to. So this is thinner, but let's see. I am anxious because here's the original for the indie, and I just want to see how alike they are. So let's get to the Fool here. I'm just going to go to the Fool real quick. I should have just stayed there on it. There's a lot of pages before. And then we got, where's the Fool on this one? This is like a, not the same thing. This is like a glossy matte. That is not. It's like construction paper. Where's the Fool? The Fool is on page 30. And I'm just trying to see, is it all the same? It looks like it is all the same, but on there, because this book is longer, it just gives you a little bit, there's less pages. It's 1 less page because it's longer text on here. See, I'll show you how, this is how much taller the other book is than this one. So there's more pages in this. So this might be actually a little bit thicker. No, it's not. Yeah, it's still smaller. Anyway, I just want to see, and that looks like it is the same amount of text you're getting. But I wanted to show you, okay, so she came out with the Evelyn Cameron, and Anna Torian is the artist, came out with the Bonestone Earthflesh Tarot. It was all the craze. I somehow managed to notice it in between her runs of them. This is my copy, which you can tell it's red gilding. It's been used. This is my second favorite deck ever. Narrowly missing out for number one on the Light Seers is a number one. But yeah, it's been well loved. I love the cardstock. Is my favorite cardstock of all time for an indie deck. These are the backs. But some people don't know there's another version that Anna Torian put on Make Playing Cards, and it is her sketchbook edition. So it is this, and it comes in this tin. This is Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot sketchbook edition, and it comes in a fancy little tin here, and the lid pops off. I actually have a crystal called Bone something in there. The back, it's their smooth playing card cardstock. The backs are the same, they're just sepia version. And then it is literally like her first renderings of this deck. There's some images that are different just because yeah, and I've never used this. It literally costs the same as that. So I paid handsomely for this deck multiple times. Because I think to date, this is the most expensive deck I've ever bought. And it was $100. When she was selling it, it was $100. I think I paid with tax $127. And that's the most I've ever spent on a deck. And this was the exact same price. This, though, shuffle's amazing. Riffle shuffle's amazing. This one does too, but it has that thicker matte indie quality cardstock to it. So I just want to show you real quick the sketchbook edition too. Most people don't know that exists. It is still, as far as I know, it's still on Make Playing Cards. I've not looked since I bought mine like 3 years ago. But this is the indie, and then here is the new mass market version, which I just realized I bought this because it said it was a signed copy. Oh, it is signed. And look, there's the inside of the box, the top. It says, "This is a world between worlds, a place of discovery, redemption, damnation, and self-realization. How will you weave your story?" And then it's got Anna Torian 2025. I love it. Love it. And we'll get to this in a minute. That's a chunky boy. Chunky boy. I like the cardstock. It is a nice matte cardstock. It's not shiny at all. Not glossy at all. It does still feels like indie quality though. But it is a thick chunker too. I might not be able to riffle shuffle that. But already we can tell the backs are different. I love these backs simply because this is the Ace of Swords, and it's not just feathers, they're quill pins. And I love that as a writer. I love that. That's one of my favorite cards in the deck anyway, and I just love that they made that as the back. So, let's get into comparing these two. Okay? So, to the left we have the mass market version, indie version. Pretty much the same here. Let's see if I can get a little bit. This is a little bit more saturated, it looks like, which I'm not mad at. Was never not going to buy the mass market version of this deck. She does have names here. So this says Junko, the Fool. These just say the Fool. So each card is a different person, spirit, personality, god, goddess, something. I'm not going to go into detail. There's other people that have already done walkthroughs with different detail on them. So I'm just here to do a comparison of the mass market version versus indie. But this is already more saturated. This appears to be a closer up view. This seems to be more stand back view. the Magician. And I'm not going to go into the names because there's different names on there. And here we can already see this actually reminds me of Merlin. But that she changed the face of, I think it's from someone she knew to someone else or to someone she knew. I don't know. Either way, I still love this card. And again, we have this more close-up version here. I do like that we can now clearly see the name, because we can't really a lot of times see it here. But I think the white, it could have been a little bit less, or maybe blended in. I don't know. The High Priestess, loving it. We got some like bluish gray here, and this is like black. The Lady of the Leaves, the Empress. Yeah, again, more saturated here on the mass market version. Still lovely. The Emperor, and that's a female. Love it. And I've already talked your ear off, so hold on. This one kind of stuck together. This is my favorite Hierophant ever. It's a female. It's a crone. I love it. There's so much wisdom and knowledge there. I freaking love it. This is, well, it's runner-up for the another deck it's like an ancient shaman. But I love this one because it's female. And again, we have a more saturated, this red is richer here in the mass market. And it seems more, this one actually seems more zoomed in than this one. This time we got the owl here. I need to speed this up. The Lovers, love it. My dog, of course, wants out every single time I'm doing a video. The Chariot is my soul card. This was the first Chariot I had in a deck that I connected with. And I started down a whole journey and a whole path of how the Chariot could possibly be my soul card. Because I didn't understand that. I'm a Virgo, so I'm very much the Hermit. Oh my gosh, she's crazy. And this is more zoomed in than this again. But I love her dress. I love this hippie lady style. I just love this card. Love it. And because I loved it so much, it sent me down a whole rabbit hole of me learning to connect better with my soul card. Because I really wasn't connected to it. And I love it. And that's why probably this is one of my favorite decks ever. Actually, number 2 ever. So here we have Strength. And I never liked this Strength card just because there's a snake in it. Because again, more saturated here. Oh my gosh, she is crazy. Crazy. The Hermit. Let me tell you about this Hermit. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's not my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Gorgeous. It's exactly what you think of when you think of the Hermit in a cave, isolated, contemplating their existence, whatever. There's ancestors on the wall. Just, it's beautiful. Anyway, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, every time, I start a video, she wants out lately. Okay, here we have the Weavers, the Threads of Fate, the Wheel of Fortune, if you will. Probably is my favorite Wheel of Fortune card ever. Ever. See the roots down here, and they're weaving the tapestry of life. It's so stunning. And the book, chef's kiss. All I can say. Justice. The Hangman. Now, this kind of covers up the lettering. I mean, it doesn't, but it feels like it's, this white box almost feels like there's not enough room on the card. Almost, maybe. But I do like this bloody lettering here. The Death card, probably one of my top 5 favorite Death cards ever. Ever. You see the roots and stuff, and it's like they're transforming into something else. I love it. So stunning. The Temperance card, I freaking love this card too, just because it's so green. It's such a Virgo card. This is such a Virgo deck, I think. The Devil, creepy, yet at the same time, perfect. the Tower. Now, here's the first real complete shift in this deck. The Tower card. And honestly, I do prefer the Mighty Oak in the mass market just because this is so jarring that and I'm such a lover of animals, and this is just, it's almost like because there's a chain around him, a person is doing this to him, and it just, I don't like it. But I love this with the possibilities inside. It's awesome. The Star, I love this. And again, we got a more zoomed in look here. The Moon, stunning, as usual. We got a more zoomed in here. The Sun, one of my favorite Sun cards, just because there's not a naked baby and there's not a horse. There's this nature energy here that's all about enjoying the sunlight and being outside with being one with nature and the sun and all that. And I love that. With the maypole, I love it. The Judgment card, the first time I saw this, kind of gave me the icks, but I love it. And the Judgment card is my card of the year. So stunning. And then we have the World, which is completely different. I love this one also, just because it's exactly back where we started. There we have the Fool going into the tree, and now she's coming out, having been through the whole majors and been through all the things, and now she's wiser for the destiny. She's wiser for having gone through all this stuff. So I love this. I love the little fairies in here. It's so beautiful. And the mushrooms. I love it. I do love this, but I love this one more. And then we have the Bruja, which looks like Avalon Cameron. Okay, I'm just going to say it. And she got a B here for Bruja, the extra card in the deck. So I'm glad she kept that in. And then we have the Quill, the Ace of Swords, which is the backs. I freaking love it. The pen is mightier than the sword. I've always heard that as a writer. I've always known that. And I'm pretty sure it talks about that in this card, in the book. And I freaking love it. I love it. 2 pieces, love it. The Two of Swords. 3 of Swords. I love that. 4 of Swords. 5 of Swords. And I will post Christa Chronicle. She doesn't have the indie version, but she did read quite a bit of the book on this deck, and it talks about Peanut, which is this guy, the smallest guy, and that's why he's nicknamed Peanut. And he takes on this whole army of people to defend his town. And I love it. I think he gets his ass beat, but he gets props for trying, because nobody else stepped up. So I love that with the 5 of Swords. 6 of Swords. Gorgeous. And it's rough seas. And you don't really see that a whole lot in the 6 of Swords. You usually see the calmer waters, them going off into the sunset. 7 of Swords. Yes, very dark, very mysterious. Oh, I can't even hardly grab that. They aren't sticking. It's just because of the matte cardstock it is, they're clumping, I'll say. 8 of Swords, one of my favorite 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords is the card I look for in any deck. And you can see there's a different version of her reflecting in the water. And Christa pointed out it might be her younger self. I never thought of that. I thought of it as a good and bad situation. Like her darkness is being showed in the water versus her in the light. And that's how I've seen myself. So that's how I took this card. 9 of Swords. Gorgeous. It's a little bit more blue in this card. There's a lot of dark black in that. Still beautiful. 10 of Swords. Very macabre. The ravens, whatever they are literally pecking at his innards. Because he's been dead a while. That dog will not stop. She wants to go outside, but then she wants to bark at everybody. And it's dark out. The Page of Swords. Love it. Oh my God, yeah, I'm having a hard time. The Knight of Swords, Athena. The Morrigan is the Queen of Swords. I freaking love it. Love it. And actually, I'm kind of glad that they have the names on the card now instead of just the King of Swords or whatever. But, like, he's King Arthur. And you actually see a different person's face here. He actually looks like a different guy. To me. I don't know. How about y'all? He's very close up here. But he looks almost like a different person. Then we come to the Ace of Cups. Oh my God, I love this card. All the aces I adore in this deck. The Two of Cups. Three of Cups. Four of Cups. I'm so excited that this came out mass market because I wore this out. So now I can take this one and not feel guilty that I'm taking one out in public, because I don't take this one out anymore. Because, one, it was super expensive. Two, the edges are it's getting wore out. So I'm glad I have the mass market now. Four of Cups, gorgeous. Five of Cups, stunning. Yeah. Six of Cups, beautiful. More purple in this one. Seven of Cups, ooh, he haunts me sometimes, this guy. He's like, come, sample my wares, and I feel like he's almost at this beginning of this, I don't know why that keeps doing that. I don't know why it keeps doing it. Like he's at a fair that is like, in another realm, and he's at the spot where all the different realms meet. Weird. Eight of Cups, I love this. Morgana. Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. I've used this deck for mediumship work. Fabulous. I mean, actually it was scary. Lady of the Lake or the Knight of Cups. She looks like the same. She looks like Athena in the swords. I'm just now noticing that. No, they don't. Okay. Knight of Cups. And then we got the Queen. And then the King, which is Poseidon. Love it. He looks the same, but he looks more close up here. The Serpent Fire, the Ace of Wands. It's more saturated. Definitely in the mass market. Why? Okay, now here we have one that's different also. Two of Wands. I think it's just a different perspective of the same person. But here we got from the right, and then there we got from the left, it looks like. Beautiful view, though. Another one that's completely different. Three of Wands. I like this I'm really digging the mass market version better. Interesting. The Four of Wands, gorgeous. Five of Wands, again, another one that's completely different. I actually prefer this one just because I think of conflict, competition, and I've done this where I've raced to the top of a tree before. Who's going to get there first? So I resonate with this one more, but this is gorgeous. The Six of Wands. The Sovereign Self. And I don't know if you noticed, but the cups were a lot of blue. The wands are a lot of red and orange. The swords were a lot of gray and dark blue. So they are matching in the colorway. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands. I love this. I love that it's not just 8 wands. I love the different perspective. 9 of Wands. Gorgeous. My gosh. 10 of Wands. And I think Christa Chronicle brought this one. It's called The Digger. 10 of Wands. He's dragging them off the battlefield. Oh, what a job that would be. Page of Wands. Gorgeous. And then the Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, gorgeous, and Ra, the King of Wands. I love it, the Sun God. Ace of Pentacles. This is my favorite ace ever of Pentacles. Gorgeous. Love it. Love the change in the lighter yellows and greens and purples in this too. Automatically. The Two of Pentacles. I can't talk. Three of Pentacles. Gorgeous. Now the Four. One of my favorite cards. Probably my third favorite card in this deck. Just because she's wearing all of her jewels, and there's a little bit of life right here in the leaves of the trees, and she's literally reaching for that life but can't let go of all her treasures. It just, when I first got this deck, that hit me a certain way, and it stuck with me forever. And I'm like, and I'm so glad she did not change this card, because this card has so many layers. It's just stunning. Okay, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. I love this. Seven. This is the card I had a mediumship reading with. I won't go into detail, but I saw somebody meticulously working on, like, cars and planes and stuff like that, putting them together. And then, of course, I was right. I was like, what? This is when I first started my mediumship stuff. This deck helped that by a lot. So, yeah, I love that. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. See, his face looks different. He does look a little different here. He looks more muscular here. I do not like either of these cards in the pages. The snake looks more real. I don't like it. I don't like either one of them. It's the only card in this deck I don't like. Queen of Pentacles. It's Baba Yaga, and she got the feet of the animal, bird, whatever. Oh my gosh, it's stuck. And then we have the King. It is the Green Man, and it's more close up here. So it's obviously more close up in the minors. I mean the mass market. I mean the indie version. So the indie version, I can shuffle, but it's stiff still. Still stiff. Let's see how this guy shuffles. Riffle shuffles. Because it's a nice mat, it does shuffle more easily. So let's... Okay. Yeah, it does shuffle very well. And let's see how it riffle shuffles. So riffle shuffles fantastic. So that's probably how I'll do it, just because it's so thick that I can riffle shuffle. It's just hard to riffle shuffle. So waterfall shuffling will probably be the way to go with this deck. So let's pull a card real quick before I run out of time and see what it says. What do you got to say to me? Oh wow, one jumped out. And I will tell y'all today, my brother posted some stuff about my grandfather, because yesterday was Veterans Day. And he said he's looking for misses his insight. I said, when did he ever have insight? And then I pulled cards at break, and my grandfather was in the cards, was like, what are you trying to say now? And I'm like, oh. So, oh my God, listen to that. Look at that. The Hierophant, really? And that says grandmother. Are you freaking kidding me? Just full body chills. Anyway, that's crazy. So let's look at the Hierophant in here real quick before I get cut off. I'm not going to read it too crazy. It says the Hierophant, guided by a wise teacher, you will gain the tools and spiritual knowledge needed to navigate your situation, enriching your life with timeless meaning leads to profound personal discovery. And then we got in a reading, 2 or 3 paragraphs here, 4 paragraphs, then reversed, and then like 3 paragraphs for reverse, and then the narrative that talks about the card, And then we got correspondence astrology Taurus, which is my daughter, which is another earth sign. Numerology is 5. And then we got journal prompts. What does tradition really mean to you? Where in your life have you been forced to conform? Interesting. If you were standing before the wise crone, what would she say to you? And when have you been called to break tradition? Interesting. See, I have a confession, I don't really read the other books, so maybe this will prompt me to read the book. And this one I can carry around with me. It's smaller, more compact, even though it's the same amount of words. That's all I got for y'all. I have been waiting for this mass market version for so long because I've had this indie version. I knew it was eventually going to come out. I felt it in my body. I'm like, she can't just not have this for everybody. It's so wonderful and so fabulous. And so I'm glad that day is finally shown. Now I just can't wait for Anatorian's Tarot of Echoes to come out mass market. And I'll have all the collections. Now, I will say, Christa Chronicles, when she did her video, she did side-by-sides with other decks. And I was like, why isn't she pairing the Oracle of Echoes? I don't think she's got it. But I was like, I'm going to pair this with the Tarot of Echoes, the Oracle of Echoes, the Tarot of the Abyss. Everything Anatorian has ever done, it gets paired with this deck. So, if y'all don't have the other decks, I don't know what to tell y'all. But that's all I got for y'all today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And I just had my 6-year channelversary, the 10th, November 10th. I thought it was the 11th all these years, but it's the 10th. So I've been celebrating it a day late. But I usually do a video, and I just haven't felt it. I was waiting for this to do this video, so yeah, I'm just letting y'all know I just celebrated my 6 years on YouTube doing tarot. So, yeah, that's all I got. And you guys have a great night. Bye.